So you hit one of the topics I wanted to get your input on and get you to tell a story about. And, I mentioned it in the video that I did about the 50-50. Can you tell me, and for the guys at home, I'm not going to say that you invented the position, but you and the matches you had with Langhi made it kind of like a trend, and then it kind of grew the popularity. Langhi was a guy that you always competed against, guys like him and Lepri, Oriente, and Atos, had a little bit of rivalry back then. But can you talk to me about how that position, how you guys came up with it, why, and how effective it was, and so forth?
I remember because I was back then my jiu-jitsu, especially that was in the beginning. Then we went to Atos 2008. When I was 2007, I fought Langhi. If I'm not wrong, I fought in 2005, 6, 7, and 8, and it was back then was 3-2 or 4-2 for Langhi. 3-2, I think, if I'm not wrong. And we tried to do more my guard because I was doing just full guard and half guard, and then I'm not sure if it was Guy or if it was Bruno that started. We just came up with that position. We got that position. We were good, and then we were trying, but no one did it in the tournament yet. And Guy, that was a good position for you to do with Michael. And then I was looking and say, yeah, look, you just go for a straight foot lock, but instead of putting your foot outside, just put your foot inside. And then 4 weeks to sweep, and then you're not going to be able to get out. And then I remember I had 2 weeks for the Paulista, for the São Paulo State tournament. And then I started drilling and I started feeling good. Like, those guys cannot pass my guard. and they can't sweep, but I would sweep back. And that's how all get started. And then I remember we went to the São Paulo State tournament and finals, me against Langhi. And all the stadium was going crazy because we were rivals already. And but I think that was the first time as a black belt that we compete. I think it was back then was I beat him 2. I think it was 2-2, something like that. And then we start with that position, and then works pretty good. Like, I kind of lost, but lost by advantage. It was super equal, the fight. It was super even, but and then we start with that position. Then, bro, like I said, Half was super creative. As soon as we came back, he started developing a lot of lapels from there, a lot of things, a variation to the back. And then that's how the 50-50 get created. I think we start creating a little bit, but that was the first time that one of us used at the tournament. That was the first. I was kind of experienced on the lab, tried to working. That was the first time that we did that position.
I remember when it happened, and around that time, Fábio Gurgel put out some videos like how to beat the 50-50. And then like Guy and Rafa, put out videos like almost like counters to Fábio Gurgel's 50-50 counters. So, how was it? How, like we talked about, you guys had kind of a rivalry, but I think sometimes the rivalry is good because it forces you to get more competitive. So how did that help you as a jiu-jitsu fighter and as a competitor overall, like having rivalries, like having matches with Langhi and Lepri? Talk a little bit about that.
No, that helped me so much. And Langhi was the guy that most made me get better on my pass, on everything. And he's still one of the things that fired me up to the Worlds in 2011. The one that I won was a rivalry. It was a thing that back then we could do the brackets. I don't know. Today we're not allowed anymore to go there and do the brackets. So back then we were allowed. And then I remember Guy and Ramon went there to do the bracket, and they came back pissed off, and they came, hey, Fábio said we want to put you on the Lucas Lepri side to do the finals with Langhi. And then when we get there, they say, why you want to put Durinho with Lepri? You think they can be Lepri? Yeah, we can put him with Lepri. Let's see if we're gonna win. And then he was kind of like very not putting energy on me, confident on me. And then as soon as Ramon and Guy said that, I was just fired up to fight. No way I'm gonna lose to these. I'm gonna beat these guys. I'm gonna beat everybody. And that was one of the tournaments, that rivalry. I had 2 rivalries that extra motivated me to that tournament. that thing that Fabio said, and I just lost to Kron 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
When I lost to Kron, there was a little, I think it was more mental thing, that two things that play a lot with my mental to that fight was, first it was Rickson Gracie at the, like, right on the corner of the mat, and that kind of froze me up a little bit. And but I kind of overcame that a little bit. Was extra nervous because of that. And when we started the match, I felt Kron super weak, like kind of weirdo, kind of different, but awkward, but not strong. And I got overconfident. I said, I'm gonna kill this guy. After taking him down, I said, I'm gonna kill this guy. And then I kind of underestimate, and I ended up getting caught with a choke and a lot of throw. And I got back, and half of the Frazatto, Guto, everybody said I came back different. Because when I came back with the mindset to win so much, like, and I took super serious. Not that I never did, I always do, but I don't know what was different, but my will, my focus, my everything was different. Like I was way more hungry when I came back. I knew, and 2 weeks going to the wars, they say, man, the ring, everybody starts saying, hey, they're gonna beat everybody, gonna win this time, and everybody. And 2 weeks, and we get into there 5 weeks for the wars, and then after Guy and Ramon said, hey, Fabio Gugel said we could put it anyway, not gonna anyway. I was like, I got extra started up, and I went to the tournament, and that was just my day. So I was super good. But for sure, that rivalry with our Alliance team and with Chrome, for sure that makes me a way better competitor.
Yeah, I remember that match with Crone, and it was the one in Italy, right? It was a Italia Cup or something. Yeah, and the thing is like you were kind of dominating the match, and then you got caught, and it's credit to Crone. And I remember talking to you too, and I was like, man, like you could totally beat the guy, And it was so cool to see you came back with that different focus at Worlds, and you started the match ahead, and you didn't get. You didn't give him an inch, and you kind of went into that and you dominated and won.